So I just wanted to do a quick microphone comparison test between a few mics that I've got. I just recently picked up the Heil PR40. The Heil PR40. Now the Heil PR40 has pretty much been, given the all clear from podcasters. Podcasters kind of swear by this microphone and say this is the microphone to have. And make no mistake, it's an awesome mic. It's a great sounding microphone, but I just want to do a bit of a quick comparison between a few others that I have. Just so you get an idea, is it worth spending the $450 or can you save a few dollars by getting a different mic? Now, I've actually watched a whole bunch of different videos and there's been some really good comparisons between like the Heil PR40 versus the Rode Procaster and the Rode Podcaster. The Podcaster's a USB mic. The Procaster's an XLR type of connection like this with the with the three prongs. But I just want to give you a quick comparison. I'm actually trying a few different mics here. What I'm talking through at the moment is a JTS NX8. Now this is an awesome mic. I've had this one for a few years, and I just remember when I bought this one that I went into a music shop and I tried out a few different mics. I really liked the sound of this. It was a great sounding mic for what I needed at the time. So you're listening to me speaking through the JTS NX8. Then of course I've also got the Shure Sm58. I've got a couple of these. These are a very popular mic. Been around for years. As far as, if you go to a concert and listen to people singing, or a church, this is the industry standard for that kind of thing. Shure SM58 is the mic. I'm going to plug that one in and you can have a listen to how that sounds. Okay, so this is the Shure SM58. Now, you can tell that that's got to me, this is how it sounds to me, it has a bit more body than what we're listening to in the JTS. It's a little bit richer, a little bit more bass, but it also brings out the highs as well. So it's kind of ironic that it's got both the highs and the lows. It's just a nice, rich sounding microphone. I really like this. This is the Shure SM58. I've got a couple of these, and they're just a brilliant mic. They've been around forever. They're tried and tested, and they're just a great workhorse mic in the music and industry. And great for podcasting. The only thing I would say about perhaps using a mic like this for doing podcasting, it does pick up a lot of background noise. So if you're in a room doing a podcast and you had people next door talking, or maybe you had the washing machine on in another room or something like that, the sound's going to travel. You're going to get a lot of that spill over into the microphone because it is a very dynamic microphone. It's a unidirectional, meaning if I talk from this angle, or I talk from this angle, or I talk from this angle, makes no difference. It's going to pick up the sound all the way around, which is great if you're on stage and you're singing or whatever. But if you're in a podcast situation where you just want to talk into a microphone and you don't want all the background noise coming in, this is probably not the ideal mic for that, but the sound is great. Another mic I've got is little Samson here. Now, this is a Samson C15 Condenser Mic, and great microphone. The thing with this mic is very loud. Okay, so when I plug it in, it is probably twice the volume of any of my other mics. It's a very loud microphone. Sound quality is great. I'll let you have a listen to it. So what I'm going to do is just actually turn the gain down on my little mixer, because when I plug this thing, it is going to be very loud. So I'm just going to turn the gain down for a sec. Okay, so you can just tell different sound again. You can hear that. To me, that sounds quite hollow. Just sounds like I'm talking in a room. Like if that's very echoey. There's a lot of echo. Now this is a cardioid mic as well, so what that means is I can talk in this side, but I can't really talk. Well, I can talk in this side, but you can hear it's very muffled because the microphone picks up from this side, not from here. So I'm talking in here. Now this would be great for podcasting for that reason, because you you've got the talking coming through this side, but you're not going to hear background noise around it. So noises coming from a room next door, or noises around me, I'm not going to hear. It's a very loud mic. I can talk into it from a little bit of a distance away, but you can hear that sounds different than if I'm obviously talking up close. Obviously, if I talk too close, it's going to become very bassy. So, yeah, look, this would be a great podcasting mic as well. And I know when I was doing some research on microphones, the Samson, there's all different models, this one in particular. I know that they've used these in broadcast situations, radio stations and that kind of thing. It is a great microphone for that. Good for musical instruments, whatever. So this is probably not a bad choice for podcasting as well. Little Samson C15 studio condenser microphone. Yeah, it's great. But I'm now going to switch over to the Heil PR40 because this is the industry standard. Well, it seems to be the industry standard when it comes to podcasting. There's a lot of movers and shakers in the podcasting world, like Cliff Ravenscraft and from Podcast Answerman, Pat Flynn, and I know Trent Dyrsmid from brightideas.co. There's a whole bunch of people that use the Heil PR40 and they swear by it. Of course, probably one of the best sounding podcasters I've ever heard using the Heil PR40 is Laporte from Twit Radio, and he just makes this thing sing. He sounds incredible on the Heil PR40. If you have a look at his YouTube videos and the sound quality that he's getting coming out of this Heil PR40, I think that's probably what's selling these things by the truckload, because he makes this thing sound awesome. So I'm going to plug in the Heil PR40 now, and you can have a listen to that. I guess the main thing for doing with the Heil PR40 is also just putting it on the little stand here rather than moving it around. Yeah, so this is the Heil PR40. Now you can hear that this has got a very rich sound as well. It sounds completely different to the Samson. The Samson sounds very open and sounds completely different to the JTS NX8. It's got a completely different sound to that. This is also a great microphone because it picks up no background noise whatsoever. I mean, seriously, like I can even try and talk into the side of the thing and have a listen to that. Like I'm trying to talk into you can't hear me, right? And I'm only an inch away from the thing. That's crazy. Like I'm an inch away from it and you can't hear me. Have a listen to this. So I'm trying to talk into here and you can't hear that either. That's mad. So great. If you're doing a podcast, this is a great microphone for that reason, because seriously, you got noises going on in rooms next door. You've got people talking, over the back fence if you live in suburbia, and you're not going to hear them because it just doesn't pick up background noise. It's a very quiet microphone in that sense. So, and the sound quality, I mean, you can hear for yourself. The sound quality is great. It's a very rich sound. There's plenty of bass. I mean, if I was talking really close to this thing, it's going to be boom, boom, boom. It is very sensitive microphone. You do need to be very close to it to really drive it. I mean, if I was to sit away from it, you'd hear, huge difference. That's not where you need to be. If you're doing a podcast, you need to be, sitting on top of the mic. Now, what's missing from this? I don't have the pop filter. If you do a search on Heil PR40, you'll see a lot of people have the little pop screen filter in front of the mic. I don't have one of those. I'm sort of deciding whether I need one of those or not. What that stops, of course, is the pops when you, with the B's and the P's. Being that my name is Brent Price, I'm going to be saying B and P a lot. So I may look at getting a pop filter for it. I'm not sure yet. The jury's still out on that. So this is the Heil PR40, and this is kind of what this video is for, is just to do a bit of a demonstration so you can get a feel for it. So personally, for me, love the Heil PR40. It's an awesome mic. My next choice of the mics that I have would probably be the Shure Sm58, which is this guy here. Okay, that's the Shure Sm58. And you can hear the difference in that. This is also a very, very clean sounding microphone. The only disadvantage with this is the background noise that it will pick up. Fortunately, I don't have much background noise going on here at the moment, but if I did, it'd spill straight into this microphone straight away. So nice sounding mic. This is the Shure Sm58, and look, I'd be more than happy to use this to do a podcast. In fact, I have. And some of my previous, if you have a look at my podcast, the Web Marketing Show, so go to iTunes and do a search for the Web Marketing Show, or go to my website, thewebmarketingshow.com, and listen to some of my audio. I've used the Shure, and I've also used the JTS NX8. I've used both of these microphones in my podcast. But from here on in, of course, I'm going to be using the Heil PR40. So let me just go straight back to this one again. This has been the Shure. Now I'm going to the Heil PR40 yet again. Okay, and here we are again with the Heil PR40. It's really not much in it, is there? I mean, seriously, the sound quality of all these mics has been great. It just comes down to personal preference, and I like the Heil PR40. And yeah, look, it's a great mic, and as they all are. There is one other mic which I'll look at, and this is the Audio Technica. Now, this is a shotgun mic. Got the dead cat and everything that goes with it. This is a great mic for doing videos and that kind of thing. This is the Audio Technica AT897. Audio Technica AT897. Now, completely different microphone. Bear in mind, this is great for doing video. If you're doing video, and obviously you're a fair distance away from the video camera, you don't want to be sitting up on the video talking like I'm doing here. This is great for doing podcasts, voiceovers, and all those sorts of things. But if you're putting a video together and you can't have a microphone in the shot, then you use something like the AT897 by Audio Technica. This is an awesome mic, and I'll show you how that goes. Have a listen to this. Okay, that's the Audio Technica. Now, see that? That's what it would look like. You have the, you've got the video going, but your microphone's out of the picture. Obviously, you'd have it, sitting up on a boom stand or something. You certainly wouldn't sit here and use this as a podcasting mic, although you could if that's all you had. But this is, you can hear that. I mean, there's cars and that driving around in the background, which you can hear. Very, very dynamic mic. A lot of background noise. This is great for doing video. And you really want to be a little bit further away from this one. This is the Audio Technica AT897. Great microphone, completely different purpose though. Okay, well there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this little quick comparison. Please leave your comments and details down below. I'd like to hear your feedback on this, on what you think. And if you've got some comparisons to do, also great. I know I've heard the Heil PR40 being put up against some pretty amazing microphones from, like I said, with Rode, with the Procaster, the Podcaster, a whole bunch of other mics. And this seems to be the choice. And have a listen to Leo Laporte. Like I said, he makes this thing sound incredible. It makes the Heil PR40 sound amazing. It is a great mic. As is the Shure Sm58, hence it's been around for so long, and why everybody uses them. Any concert you go to a church gathering, whatever, Shure Sm58 is kind of the benchmark in mics. JTS, NX8, great mic, awesome mic. This little Samson, well, who would have known? This is actually an awesome sounding mic and would do the job well too. And I know that you can pick these things up relatively inexpensively. I think Samson microphones you can pick up for around about $60 to $80. I think the Shure is somewhere around $150 mic. The JTS, not overly sure what they're worth now. I think I paid a couple of $100 for this when I bought that. This Heil PR40, well, this is about a $400 microphone, but, being put up against some even more expensive microphones, even up to, several $100s, and it certainly holds its own. So this has been a quick comparison. Leave your comments. Hope you've enjoyed it, and hope it's made your decision-making process a little easier.